Hello everyone, welcome back to the Pastry Poet Kitchen. Now, this is a different setting that you've been seeing me in, from baking and in the kitchen. And the reason for this is I really want to share my journey towards becoming a pastry chef, to the point where I take on a recent job or a new job in becoming an executive pastry chef. And so I want to share my journey to become an executive pastry chef. I know that many of you have not seen me making any videos, and there are a few reasons for that. But stay tuned, I have more videos coming. And so one of the reasons is, one, my son was born, and I felt like I needed to take some time away from creating videos and to really spend some time with my son, as is my first child, right? And I wanted to spend some time with him. One of these days I will include him in one of these videos, maybe when he grow up and can hold a spatula, or maybe can whip up something with me in the kitchen. But for now, he's one of the reasons why I really pause from making videos. And another reason is work as well, as I don't know if many know that I work alongside while creating videos. And I started a new job where I am now currently the pastry chef, or the executive pastry chef, at my current workplace. Before, I was mainly working as an assistant pastry chef. And so I really want to share my journey, because I know that a lot of persons out there that are in the field, in the industry, and even those who are thinking of going in the industry may question or want to know, how is it, or want some advice and all of that. So this is what I am here for. As you all know, I love pastry. I am passionate about pastry, and that's one of the reasons why I even decided that I was going to start this channel, is because I really want to share my passion, and I want to see persons growing and excelling in the pastry industry, or just to be able to bake a cake, or make a pie, make a tart, make an ice cream, whatever it is. Once it is in the line of pastry, I am here for that. And so far I've seen where persons have tried out some of the recipes that I've created, that I've posted, and they follow the instruction and they get good results. They are successful. And I must say kudos to all those that have been there. Kudos to everyone that have been supporting this channel, that have been watching and been subscribing and been sharing the link. Even when there are not much video coming, they still hang on, and I appreciate that. And so I want to take this thing to a next level, where I'm not just baking, but I want you to know what is going on and understand my journey, right? So let's talk about one of the first thing. Why pastry? Why pastry? Well, to be honest, I did not choose to do pastry. I did not want to do pastry, as a matter of fact. I honestly wanted to be a range chef, right? I really wanted to be a range chef. And I remember when I was in high school, persons, or some of my schoolmates, they were going on work experience. And I remember, like, for those who were doing the sciences, they were going on work experience to work at a company that sells like farm and gardening products and flowers and all of that. I did not want that for myself. I said I want to go in the industry, I want to go in the kitchen. And so I decided that I was going to write a letter or resume to an hotel, and I went to that hotel. I gave it to somebody that I knew. Luckily, the person that I knew that I gave the resume to was the assistant pastry chef at that time. And I remember when I was in the interview, right, that hotel was Sunset Beach in Montego Bay, and the chef there at the time was a chef called Anson Beeson, and the assistant pastry chef was Horace Bernard. The pastry chef at the time was Desmond Gray. And I remember in the interview, the executive chef said to me, he said, young boy, let me tell you this. If you choose to do pastry and become good at it, you will never out of a job. And at the time, based on my circumstances growing up, that's all I wanted to hear. Me just didn't want to know, say, me have a job and I will be into a job. You know, as growing up as a child, it was always my mother there, and you know, things wasn't the brightest. You know, I grew up in, you know, most part, persons will say the garrison areas. You know, the, you know, some of the roughest part of Montego Bay. You know, the Canterbury, the Flanker, the Rosemount, the Roseides, the Norwood. You know, and so it was really a challenge to really try to break out of that and become at what others will say something or someone in life. And so when I started and hear that, I really wanted to know that I would be able to learn a skill and I would be able to have a job, right? And he sent me in the pastry, and then I decided that I was going to stay inside the pastry shop. And here comes my first job working in the pastry industry. I remember the very first thing that was given to me to make. And he said to me that if you do well, we're going to keep you. And the very first thing that was given to me to make was some cookies, right? And I made the cookies and they came out well. Follow the instructions, they came out well. I made chocolate chip cookies, I made oatmeal raisin cookies at the time, and they came out well. And I want to say big thanks to the persons that was working at the time and was at Sunset Beach at the time, because I believe that they play a pivotal role into my upbringing. You know, Desmond Gray, Horace Bernard, Cheryl Coke, Suzette McDonald, you know, to name a few persons that was there with me, and I really appreciate them guiding me as I was very young. They not only guide me from pastry, but from time to time when I have some, you know, some issues going on, I could always turn to one of them, and so I really appreciate that. But the pastry industry on a whole is very different, and for anyone who wishes to go inside there, I want you to be able to hear and know what is going on. And so throughout this journey, I will be sharing a lot of things. I will share all my experiences, from how I learned to make things, from, you know, most experience that I can share as possible. So if you want to hear my journey towards becoming an executive pastry chef from a trainee, so stay tuned and continue to post, continue to listen, which I will continue to share, and you will continue to hear. So this is the first part, this is the first one, my journey towards becoming a executive pastry chef. Stay tuned for more. All the best. Peace out.